Hi, I'm Kane Prevost from Straight Blast Gym, Portland, Oregon, and this is Ella Prevost. Today I want to look at the Omaplata positioning with you a bit. I want to work it as a position more than as a submission technique. And I'm going to work backwards, so we're going to start at the end. I'm going to assume I have the ingredients necessary for the plata, and that would be her shoulder touching the mat, her arm weaved into my hip here, and hand in the pocket. Applying the technique, there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but let's look at a few. I'm just going to put my knee on the mat, and I'm just going to move forward until I get a tap. So that's just lifting my ass off the mat. Another way to do it, I'm going to create some frames here, and I'm going to move away this way until I get a tap. So either one of those will work just fine. The finishing is the least important part. All you have to remember is the shoulders on the mat and then apply Komodo with your legs. And if you're doing that, then you're going to be able to finish. I wanted to show that so that we saw that first, and then now we're going to do some more technical stuff. Alright, so one of the first problems you're going to have to solve is breaking someone down who postures up. And I'm going to show you a couple of different interesting ways of doing that. And I want to talk structure. A little bit this way. I just had a little bit around my hook to me. And posture up. Alright, so you get this scenario here where you're working a plata and then the person is postured up. Now there are some important considerations here. One is the alignment of our bodies. We need to make it a level. So we need our bodies parallel. So this is not okay. This is okay. Now we're perfectly in line. Now I'm going to apply some really nice structure to this to bring her down. One, I'm going to make my legs straight, because it's going to become like a pole that I'm going to use to lever against her shoulder. The pivot point of that pole is going to be my hip down here. And so this leg has to go straight. Where it's going to apply pressure is the heel is going to come down like an axe, right in that armpit like this, and then what's going to aid in that is I'm also going to be pivoting in a circle. And so I got the hand in the pocket, I got my axe leg here, this one out in a kickstand like this, and she's going to posture up tall, and I'm going to apply downward pressure, and I'm going to walk out fast with this leg until her shoulder touches the mat. Then I'm going to bring my knee in, come on up, and then I can finish. One more time. She postures up tall. Straight leg, don't let the knee bend, because if your knee bends, you're going to create the wrong leverage. And that's super important. Kickstand leg, hand in the pocket. Drive down with an axe kick as you walk away with this leg really fast until the shoulder touches the mat. Like that. And up. And finish. Now the lever point's really important here. I'm going to put Ella down like this. If you can imagine, I had a long pole and I was using it to break her down. I stuck the end of the pole right here and then drove against her shoulder. I could really drive her down pretty well. If I took the point of that stick and instead of putting it here, I put it here and tried to drive, it wouldn't have as much leverage. And so when you bend your knee, you change the fulcrum point from the hip to the shoulder, which moves it much further away, and so you don't have as much leverage. So here's what I mean. If I keep my legs straight and now the posture's up, then the fulcrum point is still my hip. If I bend my knee, then my hip sometimes comes off the mat like this, and now you can see with my hip off the mat, the fulcrum point is my shoulder, which is really far away, and it's not going to create a good lever point. And so I think that's super critical, and that's why you got to keep the legs straight. So that's number one.